We will form Estil. At long last, the Iron Sceptre has achieved its goals. Through conquest, diplomacy, and adventuring, the ragged band of former Magisters, adventurers, and explorers is now in position to stake a claim, not merely as a company, but as a country. Houses replace tents, war camps become forts, and foraged land becomes farmland. With their end goal clearly in sight, the Great Assembly is called various influential company members, captains, explorers, magisters, and settler folk, with no less a goal than establishing a new Escann nation. One of the first but most important decisions is who will lead them in the coming years. Magocracy Tier 1 government reform. Negotiate with the Castaneath patricians. That's a thing. I'm gonna let it keep going for a little bit because I think there's gonna have a few more things popping up. Our nation, once a ragged band of adventurers, has grown quite significantly. The elder soldiers in our company are beginning to retire from combat and settle the lands we've conquered. The able-bodied can always be enticed back to service for a reasonable sum. I'd lose manpower but get a mercenary band. Cool. I'm also way over my force limit now as well. After days of arguments, negotiations, votes, and decisions, it all ends in a deadlock. On one side sits Ardor, an old hand in the company and a former professor from the Magisterium. He's well known amongst the veterans and seems to have the vote of many of the more conservative elements of the company. The Iron Sceptre has flourished under men like him, and many members who have served alongside him spread talk of the celebrations which were held after victories. His opponents vary in opinion, from those who simply find him too conservative to those who dislike his tendency to meddle and enter choleric tempers, while some of the older members in the company recall the rumours of abuse of his substantial skill in enchantment. On the other side sits Varina, a relative newcomer to the company. She has nonetheless shown competence in leadership and strategy, while many of the more conservative members of the Iron Sceptre remain ill at ease with her methods. Her ability cannot be denied. A necromancer of exceptional talent, her actions on the field have led to more than one victory. She's ruthless to her enemies and holds a burning hatred of the Orcs. There he is! She's me! I'm her! She burning hatred of the Orcs. Burning hatred of the Orcs. It's me. Hello? Is no penalty among the Iron Sceptre. Her base is largely comprised of the young, the radical, and those truly seeking to break the chains that held magic back for so long. Had her mindset been allowed, they argue, perhaps the Greentide would have failed. For sure. Game waifu found. As much as she sounds kind of cool, game waifu was found quite a while ago. She just changed the spelling of her name, which I still dislike. Okay, so with a push, the final voter raises their voice and calls out for... Not yet implemented, so we don't go with Ardor. Fair enough. Varina it is. Necromancer waifu. Let's go. She hates the Orcs way more than you could ever imagine. She kind of is the game waifu. Look, I'm sure there are multiple waifus in this game, right? We've got Varina. Varina can clearly be Necromancer waifu. Elf waifu. Eventually, when you do all this, Ice Queen Frozen Elsa waifu. Corin, religious war god waifu. The original waifu. I'm saying waifu way too much. Anyway, we've completed a mission. We have Esthile missions. Let's go. That's a pretty sick looking mission tree. Our own land. From the time of the fall to now, we have always had one goal in re-establishing a proper Escann kingdom. This territory is but the first step on the path to glory. Again, permanent claim on Southgate and Castaneath areas. I mean, that gives me one claim. Fun. But autonomy change and all that's nice too. Yeah, I think that gave me one claim. Yeah. On my ally. No. Your ally holds an important province. Our Urian. I guess I'm going to have to. Probably the next mission is like, take our Urian. Oh, maybe not. But my capital needs to have a mage tower. Okay, that's cool. We can do that. After the castle's finished. I need all the land of both of my allies. I pretty much guessed that would be the case, but I was thinking, we'd kill others first. It's why I originally had the idea of being allies with the guy that used to be here and, someone over here. I didn't want to be these guys' allies. I need to grant the estate privilege, reduced research regulations. Alright, yeah, we've got estates now. We have a mage estate, which means we choose a new idea group. We go to the free slot, and instead of all of these useless, silly little ideas like leadership, who needs leadership? Who needs fortresses? What we need are mages. We get things like mage loyalty equilibrium. We get things like infantry combat ability, and siege ability, and fort defense, and movement speed, and morale of armies. And finally, generals can now appear depending on how high mage influence is, with a bit more shock damage to go with it. Let's go, mage ideas. These were originally concepted by Brian, previously played Corvuria in the campaign where I was elves, and he played one Zia in the campaign where I killed one Zia as Ascari. So he made these, and then it was rebalanced by Joas or Wagensu. I forget which one it was that did it. But anyway, we're going to take a bunch of these because we are like 105 years there. So we're going to take just the one idea. It's just one is cool. Just one is cool. An advisor costs negative 10% because we've got new ideas as well. Possible advisors, shock damage, prestige. We've got advisor cost, devotion, monarch military skill. Nice, nice. Production efficiency and yearly corruption. Land leader fire. Very nice. Taxes and some discipline. Very, very nice. I don't think I'll take propaganda ideas because we want to catch up in Diplotech. Lots and lots of fully controlled state land. So let's just grab a little bit of money. With the clergy, I probably shouldn't have done that last, because I'm about to lose a bunch by doing this. So let's have a look at these Castaneath patricians. The Castaneath patricians are a quasi-mercantile, quasi-noble ruling class of ancient Castanorian origin, known for being the de facto rulers of the city. It's said that no ruler of Castaneath can control the city effectively without the express consent of the patricians, who hold immense influence and sway even in the wake of the Greentide. We need to negotiate with the patricians and gain their trust and support if we want to truly take advantage of Castaneath's immense potential. Oh, does that mean I've just given this out and I'm going to immediately lose it again? So I've just wasted a bunch of my land? That seems like what has just happened. Great. Castaneath lies under the influence of the patricians, a quasi-mercantile, quasi-noble ruling class of ancient Castanor origin, known for being the de facto rulers of the city, living in its most prominent palaces and towers. No ruler can control the city without the express consent of the patricians. The patricians have reached out to Varina, finally deeming her worthy of their attention. Pretty sure I clicked the button, not you, but whatever, we'll let it pass. Years of economic and political standoff between the patricians, who have made Castaneath their playground, and the nominal rulers of the city, has in the end benefited no one. The patricians now wish for a more mutually beneficial, so to speak, relationship between the crown and their members, much like the privileged relationship they held with feudal Castilier. Be warned, the patricians are unlikely to extend this offer of renegotiation to the crown again. Sever ties with them, and you'll also sever ties with the legacy of Castanor. A black domain doesn't need the patricians in the counter because no burg alone. I'll not be able to reform Castanor. Oh no. I don't like any of those modifiers. I'm going to need time to consider. Mostly because I'm going to click this one, but I want to have the admin enough to get the stability back again. So that's why we're waiting. So we need time to consider. You have a mission to replace your mage estate, so don't give them too much influence. Gotcha. I didn't give them anything, although I do need to give them reduced research negotiations, regulations even. I'll click that one now. While Estelle has always welcomed necromancy, seeing all 2 months of it? Seeing it not as a dark art, but as a tool just like any other form of magic. Varina's rise to rule has put necromancy at the forefront of the realm. This seems to have caused a surge in necromantic apprentices throughout the kingdom. Mage estate shall be replaced by a unique Necromancer estate. Nice. As long as I don't lose these ideas. No, I think it's fine. I think we're good. So these Necromancers. Lodge of Necromancers. They seem to be somewhat similar. They still have cast spells. State, organization, necromancy seems like a good idea. But I won't do anything yet. After the initial cheering is done, for even most of those who voted against her in the last round still respected her, Varina rises gracefully and takes her place at the center of the assembly. A hush falls over the crowd as the young woman begins to speak, her voice distant but full of conviction. My people, I have thanks to give, but most of all a promise. I swear on this day you have chosen the path of strength. Too long have our minds been shackled to the old world, shackled to the ideas of how strength should be used and where strength should come from, about what is right and what is wrong. My people, I stand before you today to tell you what is right is not merely surviving, but thriving. From the ashes of the old world should arise a new order, one that I will build with your help, and soon we shall reap the rewards of it. I pledge to you that before my time is done, this new nation shall be a nation of abundance. My people, from this day forth, I know that no orc shall threaten us. No goblin take our children for their stewpot. No mother be driven from her home with only her clothes and her child. No soldier dying for some corrupt noble fleeing with his wealth. No farmer starving while the wealthy grow fat. Yo, can she be like real life ruler, please? Let's go. Let us begin our great works and claim what is rightfully ours by our strength. Long live Varina, fucking hell yes. Give me that fucking stability, let's go. Hell yeah. We're at 2 stability now, so fucking see you later. Wait, no. There's another thing I want to do. Another thing that I want to do before we do that, and that is build the mage tower in South Castaneath. I want to do that first. And I have to wait until the castle's finished, naturally. Because then, like, it increases the cost of buildings by, like, 100. So, we're going to wait. Build it after the yeet, since cost is already 100%. Oh, wait. Under full patrician influence is plus 50%. Oh, yeah, no, fuck that then. We'll build, and then we'll build the thing in 10 years. Castaneath patricians give that by default. They do. So, yeah, we build the mage tower in 10 years. One more thing I'm gonna wait for. This castle needs to finish. We finish this castle, then the devastation that those patrician bastards are gonna cause is gonna go away much, much faster. But if I yeet them now, the building time on this castle doubles. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until the castle's finished. And we are very soon to be yeeting the patricians and following the path of magical freedom and necromancy. Have I decided if I'm going to go Corinite or stick with Regent Court once the schism begins? I don't know. I don't think it matters so much because, like, eventually we will be our own religion. I can't remember what the Black Domain's religion is called. We'll figure it out when it comes to it. I don't think we're gonna, like, pre-plan too much. We're just gonna live in the moment. And let's have a look at some of the missions that we've got coming up. So we got Unholy Alliance. Estil has Luciande as an ally, or if Luciande does not exist, any other evil nation. So I need to ally somebody evil. But we rivaled Corvuria. Buggery. Luciande, do they even exist anymore? They do. There they are. Okay, we'll get an alliance with Luciande. There we go, Unholy Alliance. While Estil must be able to stand alone, it is a reality that allies are needed against those too stuck in their ways to embrace a better way of living for their people. To that end, we should seek out an alliance with any other realm that embraces a shared ideology. So we get improved relations for 100 years. That's really good. Let's go. That's going to let aggressive expansion drop down so much faster. That's beautiful. Of course, we're still waiting on our castle to finish before we get rid of the patricians, so I don't need to worry about that just yet. We've got Gather Canric's texts. I need Varina to just rule for 10 years. Okay. Estil Tower, I need a mage tower in the capital. Again, we're waiting on that one. Here, I need to have a university. That's going to come much, much later. Resistance is futile. 2 owned provinces have green orcs. Yeah, about that. Well, it looks like we're going to have to maybe conquer some from Severed Ear then. in 1509. Is there any green or... Oh, okay. Yeah, there's, 1509. We're gonna have to wait on that one for a while. Orcs are resources. Sure, that works for me. Look, as long as we hate them, and I'm happy. And we will get a claim on Covenblad Warden Hall. Yeah, if I was to attack you, how many people join in? You don't even have as much men as I do, just all together, so. We are going to attack with our lovely little war wizard man. Oh, I need... wait a minute. I probably shouldn't make Varina Eska a war wizard. That's probably a really bad idea. Because I want her to live for, like, ever. Well, I guess I'm going to have to roll a general. Narapurla, let's go. Hopefully you are going to be good. Oh, let's go! Let's fucking go! That's exactly what we wanted. 5 shock badass. Let's just go after them. Alright, my castle is finished. So we're now going to negotiate with the Castaneath patricians. And we will be removing the Castaneath patricians from Castaneath. They're gone. They're yeeted. Lave. And for 10 years, we're going to have a bunch of nasty negative modifiers, but the sooner we do it, the better. That's an oof. But it changes monthly by negative 1.3 in all of the provinces, which is great. Personally, you like the patricians over the burghers?
Okay.
Well, it is what it is. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or a Castaneath patrician how he survived the Greentide. Facts. Facts, actual facts. Like, if you're just gonna start wandering through my country, I'm gonna have to come and meet you. Because you're gonna get stuck on my my fortress. So we just and you can't even siege it. You're such a useless pile of Coven bladness. Coven blad, more like Coven bad. Am I right? Yeah. And the ghouls are attracted, of course. Of course the ghouls are attracted to South Castaneath. That's just so many ghouls. Very ghoulish. Die, 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 die. Beautiful. Phenomenal. Epic. Are we tolerating, expelling, or purging the greenskins? Well, I was purging them. Because they're greenskins. We don't be liking greenskins. But it seems that I need them. I need their bodies. I need 2 provinces with green orc culture. So I guess we should probably turn off the purge. Oh, it costs me admin to stop as well. Okay. Alright. Chill, cool. Alright, that's you gonna be pieced out now. Arianon is going to give me war reparations, naturally. Pillage doesn't do anything. So transfer trade power, give me all your money, which is actually quite a lot of money this time. And annul your treaties, because I'm an asshole who likes screwing people over like that. Oh, now you've only got 14,000. Oh, how sad. And stop sieging me. Oh yes, you can totally fight my rebels. That works for me. Oh, and get your ass kicked by my rebels as well is pretty fun. Let's go. My rebels stack wiped them. My rebels stack wiped these absolute fakers, these frauds. They call themselves knights, adventuring knights, talking utter shite. Hey there. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you want to support me and the content I make, then I encourage you to go check out my Patreon. Patrons get their name at the end of every video, as well as priority seeding in any multiplayer games we host over on my Discord, which you should also join. Links in the description.